What is happening, guys? This is the second and the last part on how to integrate PayPal in your React Native application. So if you haven't checked out part 1 yet, I highly recommend you guys to do that, because without that you won't be able to continue. So let's start coding our React Native application. I am inside my basic React Native app created using React Native init. So let's start coding our application. Import React from React. Import, we are going to need a view, a text, touchable opacity, oops, touchable opacity, a modal, and finally a web view to load our PayPal backend. Export default class app, extends react.component, render, return. Let's give this view a margin top of 100, just because I want the application to be more visible, and skip the header part. This will include a touchable opacity which has a text inside it that says pay with PayPal. Let's give it a width of 300, just because I want the touchable opacity to be more clickable. And also we are going to have a text that says payment status. This would be equal to this dot state dot status. We are going to define the status very soon, and we'll have a modal inside which we are going to render our web view. The web view's source prop would have a URI that includes our PayPal index route, and the modal's visible prop will set this to this dot state dot show modal, and on request close will set the show modal to false. Let's define both the states now. The first one is show modal. We want the modal to be hidden by default, and the other one is status. The status would be pending. Oops, pending. All right. So now I think we can go ahead and test this out. All right, let's test this. Now I have a pay with PayPal button. If I click on it, what happens? Oh, I need to add an on press event and change the status of show modal to true. So now we have this PayPal backend, which is basically viewed to us from the WebView wrapper of React Native application. So as you guys could see, we have a pay button here as well. This is not very user friendly. In the next few minutes we'll be skipping this part. We'll be auto submitting the form from our React Native application itself. So let's just try it out for now. I have clicked on pay, I guess. The emulator is quite slow. On a real device this process would be real fast. Now this is the usual process. We have already done that in part 1 video. So as you guys could see, the transaction was successful, but we have a little gotcha here. How do I tell my React Native application to close the modal at this point, because we do not want our user to be stuck at this point, right? So to do this, what we'll do is we'll add another prop inside our web view which says on navigation state change. This will give us a data variable and will handle the response using this. Let's define the handle response method. Let's pass data variable inside it. If data dot title, remember guys, this is the title that I was talking about in part 1 video. So if you guys remember, we have changed the title to success in case the transaction was successful, and the title was cancelled in case the transaction was cancelled. So this is where this little piece of information comes very handy. So if data dot title, I mean whenever the navigation changes inside our web view, we have access to the data variable of that particular HTML document, which is inside data dot title. So if data dot title is equals to success, we want to hide the modal. Show modal would be false, and we'll be changing the status, oops, not state, status to complete. And else if data dot title is equal to cancel, remember guys, this is the cancelled state, so we are going to set that to show modal. Will be hiding the modal in this case as well, and change the status to cancelled. Else we are just going to return and do nothing. Also, we need to handle the auto submission part as well. To do that, I want you guys to go to the index.egs file and add a name prop to this particular form, and let's call it form. Also, let's hide this button as well and change the h1 to a user friendly message that says please wait. And finally, we need to auto submit the form by passing another prop that says injected javascript, and then we'll do a document.f1.submit. This will inject a javascript inside our index.egs file, and this javascript would be document.f1.submit. so whenever the HTML document is rendered, this particular piece of code gets executed and our form will be submitted by default. And I think we are pretty good to proceed at this point. Let's go ahead and test this out. Pay with PayPal, please wait. Yes, I'm waiting. Now let's input the personal account details, and okay, keep loading. Click on continue. We are sending you back to the merchant. Alright, so now the payment status is complete because the title was success, which means this route was rendered and hence our transaction was successful, and we were able to deliver this piece of information to our React Native application. So you guys could pass additional props using the injected JavaScript to our form, such as the price or the name of the product, etc. as well. All you guys have to do is do a document. Before submitting the form, you guys can get the element by doing document dot get element by id, and let's say we have to change the price, so change the price dot value equal to whatever value you would like. Let's say I would want the value to be 123. So you'll have to accept this piece of information in your form as well, so you have to change it here as well. Accept an input field, give it an ID of price because we mentioned price over here, and then you'll have to handle this price in our app.js route. So here you can access the price variable and pass it down to this particular piece of information, and so on. So I guess that's this. We have completed the PayPal integration on our React Native application. I hope you guys found this video very resourceful. If you liked the video, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, share it with your developer friends and whatnot, all that good stuff. So that's it. Yes, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Until then, keep coding and keep living. Goodbye.